Welcome back everyone to another episode of Style Drops. In today's episode, let's take a moment and deconstruct the interior design business. Interior designers have been packaged and sold as a commodity. And when choosing to work with an interior designer, that is a luxury service that is available to exclusive and selective markets. But what many of you might not realize is that only 17% of homeowners hire interior design services. That leaves 83% of the market preferring to do it themselves. Use online resources, live with whatever they have, or in general feel like they can't afford it. Style Drops is all about filling that needed gap by guiding the collective on questions they may have with projects for free, to provide any insight and direction for current interior styling so that they can feel comfortable moving forward with projects, with an end goal of keeping it fresh. Interior design services are all about gatekeeping their sources, with the main aspect of the connection being all about working with them, because of their preferred taste level, and of course, trade contracting negotiations. Working with interior designers is crucial for running the very important middle ground, or being a project manager with the trades. Basically, to Gail, that is one of the most difficult aspects of the job. The fun and easy part for designers is pulling frames and fabrics and doing the floor plans. As a designer, Gail has seen the good and bad of her industry, and of course, the ego. That is the main issue across the board. At times it's from both sides of the table. Starting with the designer, with their answers are the only right answers, and yes, there is a justification for those billing numbers. Just file it under, that's my fee. And for the opposite side of the table, the client, their ego is also in play. With the disposition, I really want it my way, even though I hired you to help advise me. But they also have the philosophy that their taste is the only right way. With the end goal, which is not so much a challenge to the designer, but more so as a reminder to never forget who is paying. Credentials, certifications, professional organizations, and professional expertise do need to exist, because not everyone with a Pinterest account is qualified to redesign hospitals or navigate building codes. But there's a massive Grand Canyon-sized difference between the specialized knowledge required for architectural modifications, building codes, commercial spaces, and accessibility compliance, versus the ability to arrange furniture in a way that looks good and functions well for your daily life. The industry needs these boundaries for working with commercial interiors. But when it comes to residential, as the statistics prove, most choose to navigate on their own. The result is that normal people with perfectly good taste make good basic decisions. But it's the job of a designer to help take that client to the next level. But what Gail feels very strongly about is that most need something much simpler and more straightforward, like interior styling direction. Offering the practical, unglamorous, perfectly accessible skill of arranging what the client already owns or could realistically acquire without selling organs, in ways that function well for their actual life and helps level up their spaces. The old-school interior design approach was all about timeless classics, and primarily, a room was created from the designer's perspective with little to no input from the client. This would set the perfect storm of design dissonance, which is all about having the client feel like a stranger in their own space. Mainly because they were told by a designer, this is what they needed, versus being mutually involved in the actual design process. And just like so much in life, interior design has evolved so much from that original platform. These original structures of classic interior design follow a more formulaic approach to form and function within a space. Gail feels that interior styling needs a more accessible alternative to classic design, and this is something she is constantly advocating for. Interior styling is her preferred go-to for elevating a space. It's not anti-expertise, nor is she suggesting that everyone should just wing it without any information or possible guidance whatsoever. It's all about anti-gatekeeping. This accessible alternative to traditional interior design isn't about chaos or ignorance, or just hoping for the best while randomly shoving furniture around. Interior styling is based on sharing and supporting needed insight on leveling up in a current space, while using the elements that are readily available now, while also offering suggestions on ways to go next level with additional elements. The reality is that many do not have the eye nor the patience to work on their own. So Style Drops wants to be your bridge, your point of reference for free help. Just DM Gail below in the comment section. Interior styling is all about embracing real spaces, occupied by real-life living experiences, with real budgets. It's about rearranging furniture until the flow feels right, where you can walk through your spaces as they seamlessly transition from one room to another. Great interior styling knows that the first configuration of furniture placement is not always the best. It's all about understanding that you're not locked into original furniture positions, because someone delivered your sofa and placed it against the wall. So now that's where it lives until the end of time. You don't need someone else's aesthetic imposed on your space as though you were receiving a design instruction book on how to build a room. What is most needed is insight and inspiration on how to bring out the best version of that space. Knowing where to invest money and where you save it. Understanding that mixing high and low price points is not only acceptable, but mandatory when trying to create spaces that are more genuine and unequally your own. That's creating the fingerprint of your style. Versus a uniform approach to design, which reflects a look and feel that everything came from the same design showroom or specific shopping source. Style Drops is here to be your reminder that your experience within a space is what matters. This channel wants to end the uncertainty and self-judgment about creating a successful design direction on a daily basis. No more over-consuming and endlessly in pursuit of some mythical, properly designed space or element that keeps moving further away because the industry profits quite nicely from perpetual dissatisfaction, and the belief that you're always just one piece away from that perfect interior reflection. Are you the one getting in the middle of a room glow-up? Well then, Gail is all the room therapy your space needs. DM her below and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Until next time.